heard you wrestled AJ Styles in Australia around this time.
Yep. I got booked for a couple different tours. One of the last ones I did was for the World Wrestling All-Stars. Borash put that together with a guy named Andrew McManus. He was a concert promoter. They went over there and did like 5 shows in a row. A young AJ Styles was on that. It's funny because everybody on that tour, and AJ will tell you this himself, everybody on that tour had their own individual rooms, and they had this and that. And then me and AJ, we were just brought as like the cruiserweight guys to go out there and jump around and do cruiserweight shit. We weren't the big stars that everybody else were, and it's true that we weren't. We were the only ones that had to share a room. And Crowbar was with us too. He would have been in this category. We were like the only two or three guys in the show who didn't drink, smoke, screw at the rats, anything like that. So like day one, we were like, we're cool staying together because we don't do any other stuff. We worked out, trained. We did the show in Australia. We actually did a show in Vegas first for World Wrestling All-Stars. I did a pay-per-view, and I did that. It was at that one where Bob Ryder had approached me and said that there was something going to be coming up in Nashville, Tennessee, that Jeff Jarrett was going to be launching a promotion if I'd be interested in it. And I said, well, full disclosure, Jim Ross had talked to me and Kevin Kelly about maybe going to WWE. I said, I want to roll the dice with that, Bob, and see what I get. He's like, okay, if it doesn't work, man, we'd love to have you on board. So in the Australia one, I went the whole Australia tour, and nobody knew that I had signed my deal with WWF at that point. Nobody. I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want to lose the tour. I wanted to go. And when I signed with Johnny Ace, I told him, look, I got 2 tours coming up. I got to finish Australia, and then I got to go to Japan. After that, I'm all yours. He said, all right, do what you got to do. So I went to Australia. The day before the pay-per-view was supposed to be me, AJ Styles, and Jerry Lynn, like in a 25-minute 3-way match. The day before the pay-per-view, it comes out in the Ross report that they'd come to terms with Mike Bucci. I'm like, ah, shit. So it comes out, I get to the pay-per-view the next day, and I still joke about this with Bill Behrens. The pay-per-view changes, it's me versus AJ Styles one-on-one, and Jerry Lynn versus some local guy who was there, and those 2 winners were going to meet to crown the first ever champion. That was the first time any of this had been discussed. And I'm like, okay, and I knew I knew I was going to get a push or get rub because I was leaving. So I put together a match with AJ. It's like a 15-minute match. Man, we were in 3 minutes into this thing, and we're already getting... It was the first match on the show. We were in 3 minutes into this, and they're already telling me, take it home, wrap it up, you gotta go. And I knew they just wanted to beat me quick because I was going to go ECW or WWF. And I looked right at the referee, I said, nope. And I went like I did my whole match. I get in the back, I looked at Bill Behrens, I said, you do that? And Bill's like, I had nothing to do with Nova. And again, we still laugh about it to this day, but it's just one of those things to show you. And I don't blame them because I was leaving and going to go to another promotion. They were going to invest in me. But we still laugh about it. AJ was a super cordial guy. I'm really psyched for AJ because he's a guy who held to his sticks. He didn't break. He went to TNA. He got pushed there. He had a great life. He's got a couple kids. He's married. He's a good dude. And now, AJ's I think 40 years old, or 41 actually. He gets to finish his career in WWE. He can go up there for the next 3 or 4 years having high-level matches, do what he has to do, continue to build his rep, and when that runs out, he'll leave, go maybe hit the indies for a year or two, or go on the convention circuit, signing circuit. He'll have more than enough money for the rest of his life at that point, but he deserved it. AJ paid his dues. He did what he was supposed to do. He held out, and then WWE finally came to him and made him an offer he couldn't refuse. That's what I like.